Hello, my name is Syed Muhammad Ali. Today the topic is K-mean clustering. So what is clustering? In simple word, clustering is nothing but creating different groups. The group consists of similar elements. If you want definition kind of thing, then you can define clustering is the process of dividing the datasets into groups consisting of similar data points. Now, what is K-mean clustering? Well, K-mean is clustering algorithm whose main goal is to group similar elements or data points into a cluster. The number of groups in cluster is represented by k. Before going to the coding part, let me just summarizing the k-mean algorithm. So what we do, we just randomly select k examples as initial centroid while true. It creates k cluster by assigning each example to the centroid. Then compute k, k new centroid by averaging example in each cluster. If centroid don't change, that means we have found the exact number of clusters, then break that thing. So moving to the coding part, as you can see, first part is initialization. We initialize the important modules such as pandas, numpy, matplotlib, sklearns, and so on. And the next step is define panda data frame df, which says that x coordinate has this value and y coordinate has this value. And then I define seed as 200. And then I define k equal to 3, which means that total number of clusters is 3 or total number of groups is 3. plt.scatter define plt.scatter we are creating scatter plot. plt.scatter means we are creating scatter plot which says that on x-axis data frame has this array, x array, and on y-axis data frame has y array. Scatter plot on this. And then we define color map, 1 as red, 2 as green, 3 as blue. Let's execute it. Its output is this. Red, blue, and green, these are our random centroid points. The second stage is assignment stage. In this stage, I need to assign each point to one of the cluster. So execute this code. This is its output. As you can see, the first point 12 and 39 has the distance from first cluster is 26.9, and it has the distance from second cluster is 56.0. It has the distance from third cluster is 56.72, and it is represented by color R by 1. Let's move to the third stage, which is updated stage. Before going to the third stage, what we have to do in the second stage, we have to check the distance of first, second, and third cluster. Whichever is the minimum, we assign that particular point to that particular cluster. Now we move to the third stage, which is updated stage. This stage is nothing but just the centroid point is shifted somewhere between the center of the cluster. So let's execute this part of code. So as you can see, the centroid point changes its position. The centroid point are out of the cluster at first in second stage, but in third stage, updated stage, the centroid points are shifted their places to the somewhere between the center. And the third and the fourth part is to plot the graph again. As you can see, this is red and Let's compare the fourth and fifth stage. This dot is blue in the fourth stage, but in fifth stage, after one execution, it is shifted to the red. Blue, and it shifted to the red. And the last stage is we will continue all the assigned categories don't change anymore. Until they don't change anymore, we will executing the data sets until they don't change anymore. So when we execute this chunk of code, this is our desired output. As you can see, this is the final result. We have 3 clusters with 3 means at the center of these clusters. Thank you.